Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. Minfilia. What is the next main scenario quest? It is administrative decision. What is that going to entail? It's going to be worse than a dragon attack? Wouldn't be too surprised. Sounds like paperwork. Sounds like politics. Minfilia seems loath to put you to further trouble so soon after your last great exertion. That's what we're here for. You must be weary, Arctic. And now may very well be your only chance to... Emergency! Antecedent! Hey, Tataru. Hi. A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you. Oh, what is happening in that mess? The royal seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty, Nanamo Namo, invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah in honor of Ishgar's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurers contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? Yeah, but mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgar's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn Umbrita, and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Yep. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about momentous change. And this without recourse to bloodshed. Tataru, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions. Of course, antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Calm. Curious. I've never known Tataru to sign such requests. Could aught be amiss? Add it to the problems pile. Although we are kind of dealing with some things here. Dealt with the dragons, still need to deal with Iceheart though, but Ul'dah and Yazians and figuring out a better way to destroy their souls without sacrificing people. Really depends how many Ascians there are. We got a field to just keep sacrificing? Is that a strategy? Where did she go? She's not at her desk. We're looking. Yes, if there's no one here. Surveying the office space. She was conspicuous by her absence. Flyman. You see? Did you see what happened? Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think of it, she did seem rather preoccupied. Some people she was supposed to talk to, just standing over there. What have we got? What's happening? Well, let's go find her. What could be amiss? Something. out in Revenant's Toll. Eventually. Yeah. Over here. There it is. It's up here. How's it going? Oh, Artek, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly. It feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Amphilia before things get any worse. You always know what to say, Artek. I'm glad we had this little chat. If you say so. Back in we go. There's beds there. Fascinating. Anywho. Back in we go. All the way. All the way. Amphilia. Anti-timer. Yes, Tataru? You have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject with all the recent excitement, but Artek made me realize that there's no time like the present, and time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Antecedent. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Harry Boulder and Content have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I, too, should acquire the power to defend myself. And others, more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. Go for it. Go for it. Whoa, hey! In a rush. That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help, Antecedent? Ah, not at present, thank you. Is there something you would ask of me? Oh yes, for excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer, of the capable kind of course, be assigned to our party. Very well, I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I'm able. My thanks, Antecedent. I take my leave of you. Okay. It's me. I'm competent. We got a meeting to go to though. Kind of busy. All right. Oh, we got multiple things here. Where we are needed, an unexpected ambition. Well, where we are needed is not the Masonry quest. What's that about? Or is it? Are they both? Look at this. Recommends an unending succession. What's this one then? Where are we needed? Amphilia is eyeing you with a mixture of regret and desperation. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Harry Potter with a capable adventurer? I'm sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so, I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer. The escort duty is frankly beneath a man of your talents. But I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this manner? Sure. Generous to a fault. I thank you, Arctic. Now it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Honeyboulder and Clotent were to act as two such escorts, as was a third adventurer. Last, due to the injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. Reasonable. You are truly a pillar of strength, Arctic. Honeyboulder will share with you the details of your task. You should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. Kind of a separate situation here. Eh, we'll do that first. What are we getting ourselves into this time? Potentially optional. I'm here for it, honestly. Hey. Who's ready for the easiest escort that there's ever been? Because I'm here. Ah, Arctic. It's true that you agreed to lend us a hand. Yep. Huzzah! What did I tell you? Clotent, our misfortune is becoming a blessing. An opportunity to serve alongside the warrior of light himself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route? True, but our mission is the same. Served by Malms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Arctic, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He's waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He'll determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Arctic, in spirit, we shall be together every step of the way. Okay. To the South Shroud. Camp Tranquil. There you go. Couldn't have done 2 now and then 1 later. Gotta get going to all the places at the same time. Depends what the readings are about, I suppose. Should all be fine. The meeting that we need to go to, that just has to wait a little bit. Don't worry about it. We'll see if this is leading anywhere or if it's just here. Oh, here's the scholar. Hey. You are in luck. At last, the Scions man deigns to grace me with his presence. Pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isamhar. Come, we are late enough as it is. We are needed. This way. The upper section. Or lower. It's also fine. Joined a fate. There. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. And please, stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Stand and watch. Watching. Hostile presence. Level 50 violet fly traps. Wild stuff out here. Yeah. Yeah. We'll finish that one. It's very helpful. There you go. I see we have both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome. Though if I could make one suggestion, I might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I don't like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake bolt awaits, shall we? It's only so quiet I can make giant fiery explosions, but I will try my best, I suppose. There's that Odin business still. Maybe sometime. It all scales, so it's not a problem either way. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask you to keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Yep. Destination. Stand and watch. Sell presents. Triad. That. Let's see how that works. And some bats. Going down. Unless more things show up. Fascinating. These rings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I'm not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let's quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to study. Survey. Problems? We're having problems? That's not good. Over here. Lovely day for it. Lovely day for it out here. My goodness. That looks like a door. As before, my guardian, pray leave me my task to ensure our safety. Okay. Destination right here. Oh, these revenants just standing in the way. Yeah, bigger ones here. And tap the other level 51. Most importantly. Oh, there's more. That's not too surprising, is it? Let's dodge that. And another one. Down there you go. Pile of guys here. My goodness. The status should prove invaluable to you guys. What's that stench? Do you slaughter a creep of tortoises while my back was turned? Oh, just ghost guys. Quick now to Camp Tranquil, and I have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. My goodness. Let's see what these readings mean here. What we got. You chose to paddle in the Ichor a while longer, I take it. No matter. To advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It appears that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient aether concentrations since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. I must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. Magic is dying. The least among us. Better serve the signs of the Son of Dawn than a humble scholar and his faithful assistant. And get some possible things here. For our next survey, have you escort me to Earth's fault. Ambient aether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now, come on. Come along. Come along. Oh. Sorry, we need to go for the other quest that we're not currently going to be doing. Teleport to Quarry Mill might be quicker here. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Thunderstorms. You don't say. I'm trying to fly around this building. My goodness. Just slightly in the way. If only we could fly higher in places. Limitations. And all the land that isn't real off the technical edges of the map. Open world adjacent. We'll call it. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. We find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Okay. Destination right here. There's gonna be a whole pile of things here, isn't it? Oh. No. No, it is not. Is it cutscene this time? Yes, yes, quite high. It's still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th astral era. For the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else? Just wandering off. Something else. Scion, come here, I need you. What's up? Dead guy. Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived. Right there. We should probably still fear a little bit. Hey, guys. There you are, Arctic. Ray and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appropriate hour. Gutted like a hog. But not by one, no. His wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. Nor a mark on his sword or shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilred to come here? What should we do? We'll see the scholar's protection, Arctic. I and the boy's remains. We should return to the Rising Stones, and to see it we'll want to know what has happened here. Yep. And so do I. Well, I can tell you. He was investigating shenanigans and conspiracy, resulting in the presumed death of another of the Crystal Braves. Last seen talking to one of the other guys, and then he went to go talk to him, and now he's also dead. Shocking. Shocking. Okay. Very good. Very bad. The Crystal Braves are not doing great. Multiple of them have been disappeared / murdered. A lot of them died to dragons. Yeah. Yeah. Do what we can here. Do what we can. Calm. Yeah. We are going to run out of people in blue coats at this rate. My goodness. I'm back with a new problem. Arctic, you have returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Murder. Wilrid, dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12? How can that be? I'll send word to Afano at once. We want to conduct a full investigation, and send word to Wilrid's family. Gods, he's just a boy. Who would have do this and why? Good question. Reduce durability loss plus 30 for 15 seconds. Yeah. Increase spearbound gain for plus 3 for 15 seconds. Not impressed. 500 gil. Also, just do not have one of those other random potions in the inventory here. We already are running out of enough space as it stands. Affiliate is at a loss for words. Does this require the other one? Probably. The power to defend oneself. And this is Tataru. See if that's. You'll find it. I'll know at some point. Tataru has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think of it, I do recall Rihanna mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Mayhap she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa Limensa. Yes, that'll be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I'm not alone in my concern for her safety. Come. Afano, you here? Where's the follow-up on that? Maybe later? Weaving in and out. Not here. We'll worry about that later. Limsa. Maybe we could also join the Arcanist Guild. Working together as a team. Not right now. You know, we've got all the other jobs we could do. Eventually it would help with the inventory space problem, at least a little bit. Get rid of all the exceptionally low-level pieces of gear that we would no longer need. Wouldn't that be a dream? It'd be something. At any rate. Arcanist Guild. Here. Yeah. He's right there. That's Arcanist Guild. Go. See how she's doing here. Magic. We're also still waiting to go to that meeting. Still working on that. It's an invitation. The meeting's later. We're not stalling or anything. Don't worry about it. Hello, I'm a completely different kind of mage. How's it going? Down below, it looks like. I just know you're down here in this basement. Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. Over here. Alright. Arctic, what are you doing here? Just checking in. I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Taru, shall become a great and powerful Arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thyrigane's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise until we meet again. Alright. That's about the way of it here with the guilds. Go, train, and learn. These little spirit fox things. Neato. Neat stuff. Okay. What was this special assignment? Friggin' Gabe. Over here? Oh, yeah. Greetings, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? I was looking for a friend. Not for my friend. So you're acquainted with our newest member. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied, and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. Simple tasks, some might say, one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me, why not supervise Tataru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. The trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. You need only observe at a distance. Alright. Just out here. Let's just go this way. We have a whole pile of things in our inventory we technically could sell. 6 pieces of other lower level gear that's not even good. Or whatever. We also still have all of the crafting and gathering gear in the Chocobo saddlebags. Working with what we got here. It's a problem. We have all these weapon coffers that we probably don't need. They're all low level compared to what we can just purchase. Really just depends on how many tombstones we end up getting. There's crates. There's this watching. Let us see how she's doing. Or Azure seas to Pirate's Port, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plans to naught, came the lass, whom none could fool. Beat him with a backdraft, gut him with a gust, dug him with a downburst. Go, Carbuncle, go. Examine those crates. Oh, are those crates I spy? Ah, and this must be the true test. But we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Carbuncle is not ready. Carbuncle? It's gone. Just completely gone. Uh-oh. There's a lot more guys. Ah! Ah, come back, Carbuncle. Run away. That crate investigation did not go particularly well, did it? Oh boy. That's way too many enemies just hanging out for the first trial. This is a sham trial. I should have known you'd come, Arctic. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own Carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I'll inform Mistress Thembergen of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanima, like so much else, is beyond me. Sad times. Sad times. Anything else? Would you like a lance? Try some other things? There's a lot of options. Just keep looking until you find one that works nice for you. Or just whichever first ones you find and just go with that the entire time. It's worked so far. For the most part. Skill. We should get Yuri back here. Train her to be a ninja. How's that for an idea? We got options. We got options. Back so soon. How fared our fledgling Arcanist? Not great. Abysmally, Mistress Thurgan. Abysmally, as Arctic will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist. Wrong as usual. Completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Not true. If that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? Oh yeah. You're too kind, Mistress Thurgan. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Complete. Yeah. Ancient ways, timeless wants. First considering her next course of action, and how you might aid her in it. What are we thinking next? As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Oh, sure. Wonderful. Then to Casa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Casa del Sol, you said. Let's see what we got here. We got plans. She's got plans. We got options. Alright. Over here. Switch a little bit. It's a nice vacation spot, at any rate. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There's a certain variety of clam, which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures. Since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let's be off. Okay. We're not playing here. You get some pearls or something. Interesting. Where are these clams at? With fortune, I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? It should only take a moment. Right? I'm gonna go all the way over here to keep watch. Pay no mind to the giant crabs over that other direction. It's probably fine. Sense a hostile presence. Hey, more. This guy. Hey, yeah. Oh man, he got some health. Dodge some attacks. Swift cast this one. Something. Not working. Fire! Yeah. There you go. Did you have to get the clam? I'm over here fighting for my life. Well fought, Arctic. Well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. Yay. So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they'll always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep him waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the scions in the Livingston markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent. Tell her that she needn't worry about me. Alright. Farewell, Arctic, and thank you for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Going straight towards the crabs. Good luck. Good luck. Or... Only slightly suspicious. Alright. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's fine. Okay. Should really get a big ether just in the solar or something. That would be very convenient. Very cool. At least we have one here. We don't need to worry about having just the tickets to teleport to the place like we had back in the first spot. At any rate, we're back in here. This is solar. Start of the solar, end of the solar. Very frequently. Depends where we are in the questions and all that. Welcome home, Arctic. I gather you found Taru and Limsa Limensa. Yep. And then boxes, and then blood pearls. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure. While it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate your indulging my request. There was that giant crazy thing at the end. Level 50. Boss kind of guy. Anyways. Time to every purpose. The impending royal banquet. We'll worry about that next time. Goodbye.